So today we're going to take a look at a process. By the way, here are my Dungeons and Dragons books. We play Dungeons and Dragons on Discord every Wednesday, and Thursday we play Vampire the Masquerade. Tuesday we are playing Palladium. Okay, this is the adventure we're running for Dungeons and Dragons. Anyways, now that advertisement's out of the way, I would like to set aside some time to talk to you about what we do after an investigation. I have some tools here that show us our memory cards. We go into the videos, we track our videos, we make sure everything's okay. You might not be able to see the screen very well, but it's up. What we do is we review our videos, we review our sound, we review our actions and what we want to put into videos. We also review for evidence. A lot of the static cameras we're working on. Jerry will have his cameras, I'll have mine. We have a very large place like we just did have on several of our out-of-town investigations. We will split it up equally. So he'll get 4 cameras, I'll get 4 cameras. If he has 5, I'll have 5. We have a lot of recorders. We listen to them. I try to watch the static as I'm listening to the same room. He does a little different than me, but that's okay. You will have your own way of doing an investigational evidence look. I call it an overlook. Just a fancy term for it. But anyways, looking at evidence, you'll have your own way to do it. So don't take everything I say to be pure gold. It is a suggestion, though, that you make sure everything is done. You make sure that what you have done and you need a second opinion on, the other investigator will look at it. If Jerry needs an opinion on it, he'll send me the video to watch too. The way we do it is I don't watch the parts that he does, I watch the whole thing. So if the video is an hour long, I break it up into 15-minute segments, 20 minutes, maybe 30-minute segments. And I try to find the same thing he found. I try to find something different. A lot of times what we have doing here and what we do is the same thing. A lot of investigators think that teams do stuff differently, that it's different than it is on television, that it's different than it is with major teams like we have. We have almost 12 members, counting part-time members. There's small teams that only have 2 people, maybe 1 person. They go to different functions and events. Some teams have more. But overall, we are normally split into 2 to 3, recently 4 different directions. So our team has a lot of evidence, and we review it. First, the team that was there reviews everything. Each person has their own. Then we come together to agree on it. If we do a review or we're going to a client, we try to make sure that everything is understandable. Everything is coherent, everything is good, everything is ready to go. I used to set standards on myself. After an investigation, I want to be done in 3 days. 3 days I will be done and ready to present evidence to somebody. Another factor is a week for a large event. We went up to the Hinsdale house. I gave myself a week to have everything done. A lot of times what you see up here and what we do up here is the background work, the back of the house, so to speak. If you picture a restaurant, you have 2 things. You have the outside, you have the look, the facade, okay? Let's say Red Lobster, let's say McDonald's. Everybody's familiar with a McDonald's. The outside looks great, you go inside looks great. And then you go up to the counter. The counter where you order is what generally you, the public, will see. Then you have back there, you can see them cooking, you can see them do stuff, you can see us do stuff. But a lot of the background work is the studying of the evidence, the going over the evidence, going through files of evidence that we've already have to see if it matches something that we know, or is it something totally different. We caught something different at the Hinsdale House. We went locally to the Bundy Museum here in Binghamton, and we got some evidence that's a little different than what everybody else has got. We went to a cemetery. People say there's fairies in the cemetery. I think they're daytime lightning bugs, personally. So I went up on some videos that I've made for myself of daytime lightning bugs, and they matched them. So maybe that was debunked. Maybe that is something that is debunked. That is not the case. They're not fairies. However, in the back of my head, I am hoping they're fairies because that'd be very unique. But that comes to another part. My feelings about what I'm reviewing has nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it at all. I cannot feel good or bad. I cannot think it's unique or wonderful. I can't think it's bad or horrible. I have to say it's this or that. It's black or white. It's not multicolored fun time at the paint shop. It's this or that. I've done that for years, and it's worked for me. Hopefully this advice will help you become better. Hopefully if you have something that is better, I would like to have it down in the comments. Go down into the comments and put what you think. Don't put anything bad down there. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like and subscribe as well. Another thing we have is the videos of in the dark. I have a flashlight on my camera, one of my cameras. Not totally in the dark. But I will be in a room where we have a static camera that has night vision. It may see something that I did not see. So we have to cross-reference. That's why I like watching them both at the same time. If I'm watching something and I think something happened, I will then play the other video of mine to see if I was in that area. What did my video show? Does both videos capture it and I missed it? And that takes up a lot of time. That's why we like taking our time with it. The 1 3-day theory, the week theory, has turned into a week and a half, 2 weeks. Which I think is okay in some of our large investigations and the way that we go over stuff. I like to say I want 100% presented to a client. I want 100% presented to the public. I want 100% presented to you, our followers, our viewers, our listeners. And that's what strives we take. But it takes a while to do it. That's why some of the comments will say, why haven't I seen any videos? Why haven't you done any videos? What is your team doing? Why is your team not doing anything? We are. But it's just taking time to get the evidence presented to you. And I feel that doing that is something that is a credible thing. It's something that I'm known for. Something that my team is known for. It's something that anybody should be known for. They know that they'll get 100% in evidence. Rather, it is fairies and something unique, or if it's just daytime lightning bugs. Let's say light anomalies. Well, maybe it is a highway. Maybe it is something reflected off something else. Maybe it is faulty wiring blinking in someone's property and it's just capturing it in some odd way on your property. Whatever it is. Or it might be a light anomaly. It might be a spirit. Either way, it has to be known what it is. It has to be figured out. You kind of only get one chance. That's why we take a lot of pictures. That's why we walk around the places. That's why I will monitor different sections. I will sit with my camera and just watch the normal stuff that happens somewhere. If it's local or local cemetery, we can go back to it on a different day and say, hey, we took a picture over here. Can we copy the picture? Let's do it again. And again, I've taken up to 12 pictures in one area to make sure what we saw doesn't happen naturally. It isn't something that's a reoccurrence and can be debunked. I have a fear deep inside of me that someone's going to say my evidence is false, that I did something wrong. Call it paranoia, call it double checking your work, call it being overreactive, whatever you want to call it. But that's what I want to do. I want to be 100% at all times. And anybody that knows me that I try to do the very best I can for the client, for myself, for my team, for anyone. As well with this is that I want you to do that as well. I want the people that are watching this video to say, hey, I can take some of his ideas. I can take some of his ways of doing things, make our team better. I can take some of your ways and make my team better. I can take your ways and make me better. And it's a sharing kind of deal where we all try to strive to be great. We're all doing the same thing in this field. There's no one better than another. But the ones that are doing wrong, the ones that are doing stuff badly, should be corrected. And they should either take the correction or they should get out of the field. We're having a hard time with that. Some of the videos I've seen on YouTube are questionable on if they're actual getting evidence or are they just having a good time. I don't know. I would like to see some of the evidence presented in an evidence forum. I'd like to see some of the evidence presented in a professional manner, not just thrown in front of me while I'm watching the show. But that's on them. And a lot of my friends do that. A lot of my friends will make videos like that is. I typically don't. I like to show everything there and then go back and say, hey, this is what we caught. This is why. This is what, chop up a video for purposes of evidence review rather than for fun and YouTube viewing. But don't get me wrong. The people that I do watch are great. I've been recently watching Paranormal Quest. I forgot the other ones I'm watching with the female. But they are really good. And if you guys are listening, because I said your name, and algorithms and other things came up, you guys are doing a wonderful job. I'd like to have you as a guest on our podcast. And that reminds me, my podcast is going well. If you want to be a guest, let me know. And that's another thing for evidence. We're reviewing evidence on our podcast. We want to show the public great things. We don't want to just show them something they've already seen or they already been around or, people have already seen lights in the sky. Let's show them what it is. Let's show them why they're in the sky. The UFOologists that came on, UFO enthusiasts to come on. The good example are the Bigfoot researchers. They show us solid evidence, solid proof, and then it's your decision to see if you want to believe or not. We have a good skeptic friend of our paranormal group who's a skeptic. I love picking his brain. I love having him look at something and saying what he thinks it is. And then for fun, because I know it's paranormal, he disbelieves, but for fun, I'll go back and I'll look at what he said. And, 40% of the time, maybe 30% of the time, to be honest, I will see it, but I do know it's paranormal. But I can see where somebody else's view is something different, and it helps me review the evidence. Our good friend Mike Zangardi used to, Michael Alchemy, as you would know him, if you've ever watched the program, he did a wonderful job at discriminating, as he called it, discriminating the evidence. finding out, critiquing the evidence, if you will, judging, being extremely judgmental on what we found as evidence or what we did for the sake of making sure that it was good and well to be seen by somebody else. And that might be the whole point of it, is that you're seeing it. I want to make sure what I'm presenting to you is totally accurate. There is nothing to say anything bad about it. There's nothing to go back and say, well, it could be something else, because it's evidence that is presented and it's already gone through. It's 100% evidence. Well, this has been my vlog for this. I got to get back to my work here. I have been at this for, I would say, about 3 hours. I had to take a break. I had to get something to eat. Had to get up. Phone was ringing. Had to answer some phone calls. Thought I'd make a quick video to get my mind kind of off it a little bit. And then now that I'm cleared my mind with it, I can get back to it. I do that a lot. I take little breaks where I can clear my mind, go outside, take a walk, come back to it, and then freshly look at it again new. I do that because I want to have a fresh mind. I want to have a clear mind. I don't want to have anything in my head while I'm doing this. That's just the way I am at studying evidence and doing anything I study. So, I guess I'll catch you guys next time. Don't forget to rate and subscribe. Thanks for watching. And please tune into our podcast. Please watch our shows. Please get involved with what our team's doing. If you have places you want us to investigate, let us know. If you want to become an investigator yourself and join our team, we'd love to have you on. If you are an investigation team and you'd like to do a joint investigation with us, we would love to do that. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.